Alrighty, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all. Welcome to another London session live stream here. And hopefully we can get some movement today out of GJ during the London session so we can at least get a second day of trading out of the fourth day now, as it is Thursday. So, zooming in on the 30-minute and 15-minute here for GJ, we can see it's establishing a range here. Now, how exact is this range? We're going to have to see. We can put a bottom end of the range here. Let's see here. But do we have a appropriate top here? And is it of decent size? The range, that is. So let's take a look to better understand. Okay, so you've got the 1-to-1, got the second touch to second touch, third touch to third touch. And now we have, still GJ ranging in this zone. So now we got to take a look at the larger time frame. And you guys can see that I did post these setups. Some of these were in New York session as well. The range setup, so very clean setups there. But right now this range is ongoing on the higher time frames. Let's take a look. On the higher time frames, do we have GJ moving to the downside, right? So that we did have a bearish angle on GJ yesterday. So we'll sit on that. Let's just kind of look at the inverse correlation here. Prior to that, let's quickly take a look at some of the fundamental events that can affect GJ today. So we do have at London opening Euro news. We have the German CPI all day, and then we have the Spanish CPI. Right, we did incur a lot of a CPI for a lot of different countries last week. Let's go back to Friday here. You can see, sorry, that's PMI. Sorry, we had a lot of a wave of that on Friday, and into Thursday as well last week. So let's go back to today. Hopefully this can pick up some volume during London session now. So we'll see, and then. Beyond that, after London opening, there is not much. There is the unemployment claims for USD. However, that's after New York session opening. So, yeah, so nothing much on that end, just the Euro news at 3 a.m. So we can see how GJ will move and shift at that time. But for the time being, could we see a development on GJ on the bearish end? Can we bring this down here? There's touches down here on this range. So let's move it accordingly. We got the touches here, right? So this was a smaller range in here. We had a potential breakout, but on the higher time frame you can see that it was merely just a wick. So we could anticipate price dropping down here. And this would elicit a breakout. Once we got the 3 touches on both ends, the accuracy, right, of the third touch landing to the fourth touch is quite low, right? So at that point, a breakout could occur, and that's why we're gonna have to wait out a little bit on GJ. So let's take a look at the inverse correlated pair, USD CAD. If we can get a hint on how GJ can move, right? So we can see now USD CAD on the larger time frame. We'll take a look at that after, but on the shorter end, we do have a non-wick candle here. This got filled over here with this non-wick candle, but over this end, could we get something? We do have an EMA tap above as well on the 30-minute. Let's see what the 50-minute is. Oh, right at the end of our our range here, right? So, and then we got the 1 hour as well. So we got a lot of EMA taps right around the corner. It is at the 2-hour EMA right now. Let's look at the 4 hour as well. Okay, so 4 hour as well. So all the EMAs are kind of just congested on the top end of this range, or towards the top end. So we could see a reversal. Now, could we get the range a little higher over here? Could we let it settle here as well? Okay, so we do have, again, two touches on both ends, right? So even if USD CAD drops from here, right, instead of coming up here, even if it drops down here, right, we've seen that the two touches already occurred on both ends. So what we're going to do is we got the 1 to 1, we got the 2 to 2, and now the third touch could potentially happen, but if there's a drop here prior to that, because there's a non-wick candle here, so it may come down with the EMA taps, right? So we have, again, 4 hour is right now, 2 hour as well, 1 hour is above here, 15-minute, and let's see where the 5-minute is. Yeah, so all the EMAs are within a, you can say, 9 to 10 pip range area, right? So if USD CAD continues to push up for the hour candle, right, you can see now the full hour candle here has gone up almost 11-12 pips, and it can continue up to the top end of the range, which would give it another, how many pips would that be? So 1 hour is here, 4, 5, 6, 7 pips. So not bad at all. So only the 30-minute. Yeah, pretty much the 1 hour is at the top end of the range, and then the 30-minute is above that. So yeah, if it comes up here, I'll be looking at taking sells because there's a non-wick candle. We also have a bearish momentum on USD CAD potentially here, right? Not seeing completely, but we can definitely take a look at that. And then the EMA taps can confirm another solid push down, right? So what can happen here again is it can come up here to the top end of the range, even to the 30-minute, and maybe wake up here for the London opening, and then the drop here. So what I'll be looking for is, I'll be waiting now for USD CAD to make a move to the to the top end, to the upside, and break above this range and give it at least, let's see, so there is a non-wick candle right here, so I'm going to give it a marker. And again, that's for safety of, you know, the sell stops placement. So for that reason, even if it touches the top end and drops back down, it's still not safe enough for me. So what I'm going to do is I need a little bit more breathing room for USD CAD. So you can see now the confluences that would allow USD CAD to come back up is this non-wick candle, there's 1 hour EMA, 15-minute, 30-minute EMA, and then there's also a non-wick candle slightly above the range right here at 135.40, right? So that's what I'll be looking for. The current candle has no wick, so it can definitely push back up. Again, there is a non-wick candle down here as well. So either way, if USD CAD comes below here, I could look for buy stops, because we could see that there's a potential top end of the touch at the top end of the range here, and to fill up these non-wick candles as well, and then continue the push down. So both ways, I can consider a position here. So you can see now this candle is coming straight down here. Again, non-wick up here as well. So I may even consider setting up the buy stops if price continues to push on USD CAD. But you guys can see now we're definitely getting more volume pre-London opening and hopefully post-London opening as well, so we can get some setups in. Okay, now here comes GJ. So GJ is at the bottom end of the range. Non-wick candle here as well. Will it break out, or will it come back in? Let's see here. Let me look at this again. Interesting. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Yeah. Let's continue to wait here, but it did again. You can see how I cleanly tapped the bottom end of the range here, which we had drawn out before price got here. So that's great. Now there's no wick on the current candle. Now will it continue to push down and break out of this range? Or will it come right back in? And we're about 18 minutes away from London opening. Now USD CAD seems to come back, or seems to be coming back up. Now I would like, a push above this range for USD CAD before I can go for the sell-offs, and this could be a huge sell-off here after it breaks away from this range, and that's if it does, of course. But now if it's still within this range now and it's battling within this range, what we could see here is that it comes down, this non-wick candle comes down, fills this non-wick candle, and then we could look for the buys here. That would be a good position here once there's a little safety here, so we can maybe hope for USD CAD to ride down a little below the range, so we can have our buy stop set safely before the push back up to fill this non-wick candle and this non-wick candle, and then we could look for a reversal here, straight down and then straight down here. But if the price does not come down, right, it comes back up, it's going to fill this non-wick candle, potentially this non-wick candle with London opening volume, and then we could set the sell stops here for the push down and the continuation down. So both ways our plan would still be the same. We're taking the least risky way here, even on both ends of the range. Buy stops and sell stops, we're going to securely and in a very calculated manner set the buy stops and sell stops accordingly, and in a timely manner, as I always mention, before we end up taking the position either way. So let's see here what can develop now in the next 15-16 minutes now. So we're about 1 minute away from, or less than 1 minute away from the last 50-minute candle to close out the London session, to close out the hour into London opening. So we'll have to wait and see here now what happens. But again, we have our positions in mind on either end, and that's the best thing, right? That we have a bias on both ends. If price comes down here, price comes up here for the given range, and we're ready to take action once it approaches that zone. Now I haven't set buy stops and sell stops because I want to see where price heads to, and then at that point I can have the text ready, the trade idea ready, in text. Ooh, okay, GJ is coming down, pushing down. Again, non-wick candle currently, but it's a strong push. Okay. So I could see that GJ could come down here as well in the larger range, right? So from here to here, let's calculate that. About another 30 pips or so to complete the second touch on this larger range. So let's see if it does that. If London volume picks it, brings it back down, and USD CAD comes back up here, that's going to work perfectly in our favor because they're both going along with the larger range in mind, right? So this would be the larger range here. We got tapped out, so this was a good 2-hour EMA here that confirms this end of the range here, and this would be the bottom end. And so the range has not been formed, so it's not tradable yet, or has not fully formed. But again, once you get an eye for this strategy in the system and understand how ranges work, and how the pair works and how the pair moves, you'll have an eye for this type of setup, right? So for the two touches to be forming, so GJ could come down here, right? So again, this is just an idea here, dependent upon how London opening opens. And if this volume pickup, that can bring it down here, which is a previous low here on Tuesday. And then we could look for the buys here, right? Because there are EMA taps above as well, right? So we are looking at that. And if it has broken out of this range, it can definitely dump more. And 30 pips down is not that bad. So let's see how large this range is. Around 65 pips, so not bad at all, right? Again, would this be tradable down to the bottom end here? No, because it's too risky now, because GJ can literally flow back up. And with London opening approaching, you could be stopped out before it comes right back down. So the way it's moving though, you could see that there's a huge bearish push, and now USD CAD is coming up. So it's all working together, right? And again, sometimes, you'll probably hear a lot about, focusing on one pair. Definitely, and initially you can, but I'm using two pairs, not only just because I want to trade two pairs if there's no setup for one pair, but also I'm using it as a confluence for the other pair, right? I'm using the inverse correlation as a confluence during the session. So that's that's a higher level confluence here, because you understand how the pairs move in the given session, and why not strengthen your setup here for GJ? Now, if I have more confidence that GJ will drop, because my strategy is lining up with USD coming up here, and if they both pull in the same direction, or the opposite direction, sorry, according to the same plan, then why not use that to my advantage, right? So I've been using that, been profitable since, and just have to calculate your buy stops or sell stops accordingly, right? Keep it very, very safe, calculated, and of course, then your exits have to be, appropriate as well. But yes, that's the game plan here. All right, so look at the strong push. Like, this is giving full conviction that this can ride down here. And the best thing about the strategy is, once you understand which ranges work, which time frames are being respected in terms of the range, because not every time frame will be respected. Once it breaks out, see how it broke out of this range, and I saw how it's moving. I forgot about this range, right? So it's non-tradable once the three touches are done. So this is a perfect example of the strategy here. Three touches on both ends, then the breakout happens, then we have to divert to a larger range. And a larger range in mind did not have the two touches, but it's definitely approaching that the second touch here, which then would give us a larger range to trade. More of a long term, maybe a couple hours or so forth, or maybe more, but at least you'll get the TP1, and you can let runners run into even after the stream and so forth. So perfect placement in real time. I mean, we can't make this up. The markets repeat this over and over again, especially on Forex pairs, right? So that is the game plan. Okay, question: do I still provide passing challenges? So yes, I did provide management. Before I got into the education side, and there's a lot of results to speak for. I am breaking down exactly my percentage in terms of passing. Oh wow, you just giving a good push down here. My percentage passing, I have commented on that as well. I am focusing more on the education side now, but we've achieved a lot of payouts from clients over the course of the 12 months plus that I ran the management. So currently I'm not really taking management, because I'm taking the live streams and the members program, and I want traders to have their own vision. There's other reasons as well, in which I'll explain once I write a whole text on the management side. But there are a lot of prop firms that are catching up to the idea of account management, and how similar trades being placed even on different accounts, different IP addresses, can become tricky, right? Because now they're tracking it, they're becoming more strict. You guys probably heard a lot about prop firms, how they're denying payouts and so forth. And, once I started getting denied payouts because of similar trades being placed on different accounts, at that point I started reconsidering the whole management aspect, right? So that's why I'm limiting, I'm letting go a lot of my management clients over the course of the next month or so, in a peaceful manner, of course. So I don't want to, become an issue for a lot of clients where they may lose their prop firm accounts and so forth because of the fact that they're saying that there's an account management going on, right? So for the time being, no, I'm not taking it, and I probably will be closing out on the management with the current clients and just focusing solely on allowing traders themselves to achieve, passing challenges and achieving payouts, right? But overall, I believe through the course now, I'm actually calculating exactly how many, but I think we've achieved nearly 300 past challenges, and all manually done through this single strategy. And as you guys can see, why the strategy is so powerful when you understand it fully, right? So my goal now is shifting from management and pushing towards allowing traders to understand the strategy, right? That's why the course got released, and then having access to the members group where you guys can interact with other members as well, and have a common ground in a community where everybody can share their ranges and so forth at different pairs, right? Of course, I only trade 2 pairs, GJ and USD CAD, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't work with other pairs, right? Forex pairs, I would say for sure it does. So I'm opening up to that, and my goal is to get at least 100 people initially to get to a 50K payout, or 50K in profits and payouts, etc., whether it's on a personal account or funded accounts, right? That's what I'm looking for to achieve now, right? And individually on their own. So I think that's a better goal, a greater goal, and I'm on that mission now, right? And I would like to achieve that within a 6 to 8 month period, before I decide to maybe just go private altogether, right? But I want to make a mark in trading to a certain degree where I can help new traders, even experienced traders, develop the strategy fully with guidance, with my mentorship, with the live streams, with the members group, and hopefully they can trade and be successful on their own as well using the same system. So that's my goal now. So yes, to answer the question, no, I'm not going to be taking any new clients. Instead of focusing on this goal currently. And wow, look at the GJ push. Meanwhile, I was speaking about the management side. Nice push from GJ, but you can see how it was expected move, right? Now if I scale down to this, again, I wouldn't recommend anybody doing this yet unless you're experienced with this strategy. I even, configured this whole drop here, right? So once I even recognize this whole drop, which actually I sent out to some private members. Again, that's not a part of the members group, just I'm forming that group right now as we speak. But the private group, I sent this whole drop, and I may timestamp that and put it up in an Instagram story to show you, everybody that I did, in fact, send this trade out. But again, this is with a lot of experience once you understand, right? So I wouldn't recommend before 2 touches, right? Before 1 and 1, 2 and 2, before 2 touches, I wouldn't recommend doing that drop. But once you get really experienced, you can really understand which range it's really forming. So once this range. So let me show you guys again. This is not what that's something that I want you guys to initially push for, but once it got down here and it came right back up, at that point I realized that the 2-hour EMA is a significant marker here, and this range is valid, and then this whole drop would come, right? But that's with experience. I do not want you guys to trade the range at the 1-to-1 and the second touch to the second, right? That's a risky setup unless you have enough experience. What instead I would recommend is once the 2 touches are formed and you know that there's 2 exact touches on each end that are being respected, at that point you can take the setup to the 3rd touch, right? With, again, confluences, considering all the factors that I've mentioned in the course in detail, right, that we go over in all the course content, in terms of sniper entries, in terms of exact entries, calculated entries, how to set the buy stops accordingly, and then that second to 3rd touch, and then the inverse, right? So there's a lot of and these are big moves that we can catch as well, right? So let's see if London opening in about 3 minutes pushes that down, and look at USD CAD as so everything's working in line now. So you can see we had 3 slow days of trading. That really, pushed us 2 out of the 3 trading days we didn't even trade. There's no setups during the London session stream. There were setups during the New York session, but nothing on the London session. So couldn't trade London session during the streams, but did trade during the New York streams, or not streams, but New York sessions. There was no streams for New York sessions, but maybe I will plan to do that with the members group exclusively. Maybe starting next month, middle of next month, right? Okay, so now, so we have a push back here. Still got 2 minutes left. Could it suck right back into the range, or could it push down? But the fact that DJ did a big push here prior to London opening, it can definitely come right back down. So I'm looking for some buy stops very soon. And for USD CAD, as I mentioned, for London opening, it could push above here. So we could have 2 setups ready here. Wow, so things are moving fast now. So the volume is kicking in. Let me get this ready as well. So GJ buy stops at, what will this be right here? 189.50. And again, this is just an idea right now. We need GJ to move a little further down here to consider that. And USD CAD, I'm going to wait out for USD CAD actually, because it may wick above here, above this area here as well. So let's see. It's a London session any second now. Okay, here comes GJ. Okay, big push from GJ now. Let's see. Okay, look at that, guys. And USD CAD is coming up as well. All right, okay, so let's see where so it's kind of consolidating in this zone now. We can definitely get So we got a breakout out of this range, which again was explained in real time before it got down here and it broke out. And then we also understood the larger range that GJ potentially is in. And now what it's doing is it's ranging in this, consolidating in this zone right after the breakout. And then we can anticipate, and again, this is probably not many pips here, what, 9-10 pips. So we can anticipate that the push down with the London opening volume can get down here, and then we can anticipate the reversal once it crosses this marker here. Okay, once it crosses this marker, I'll then be looking to set the buy stops here. But right now it's just an idea. But we're not far off. I mean, we were at the closest about 15, 16 pips. Both London opening volume and also, you know, a little bit of the high impact news that could affect GJ here. But let's see. Okay, so USD CAD is moving in line, right? So there was a 4-hour EMA, the 2-hour, the 1 hour is approaching now, and the 50-minute, it's actually tapping to the 50-minute EMA right now. So let's look at the 30-minute. So I'm looking more for the 30-minute and then the 30-minute, which is 4 pips away, 5 pips away now, and then 6 pips away, which is the non-wick candle here on the lower time frame. Once it crosses this zone here, at that point I'll be comfortable to set the sell stops here at 135.000 or around that zone. Let's see. So you can see on the 2-hour now, which is the current range that we're looking at here. The 2-hour, as the new 2-hour candle also opened up at London opening. You can see now, will it continue to push up or will it push down to the bottom end to create that range? Second touch of the range. Okay, strong 2-hour candle with the London opening here. Now, could we expect that there's a smaller range in frame here, which is, let me draw that out here, right here. If there's a smaller range in play before the larger range, which is a 2-hour range here, gets played out here. So, and that would be potentially the session trade that we can do, because the longer range is going to, of course, take a longer time to complete. And right now, GJ just broke out of this range and potentially has gone into this range here, right? So we're looking at the 5-minute EMA here, which is the closest to this range. But how large is this range? Is this tradable? Not bad. 18 pips. So if it gets here, I'm going to be looking for some sell stops, guys. Okay, so now USD CAD is coming down. Okay, so I'm looking for GJ sell stops on the shorter range here. So let it get to the 5-minute EMA, and then I'm looking for 181. Let's see how far the EMA is. Okay, 6-7 pips here. So 181 to 30. Again, this is just an idea right now until it potentially taps the EMA here. So if it doesn't tap it, then I'm just going to wait out for GJ to come all the way down to the 189.20 zone, right? I'm not going to be trading this range as it's still too risky to enter on an instant execution here. So you can see now USD CAD is coming up, so potentially GJ could come right back down. But because there's an EMA above the range, I like to not take that risk and do an instant execution in this case, right? Of course, majority of the time I also don't like to take sell stops or buy. Instant executions for sells or buys. But on instances where there's an EMA right above, um, that would be a no-no in terms of taking an instant execution, even though it may be valid, right? But the risk assessment tells me no. So if it gets up here, right? So 1 to 1 here, the second touch could come down second touch, but if it pulls up here to tap this, I'll be more inclined to take the sell stops here to the ride down here. And whenever there's an EMA right above a range, I like to wait out and be patient. And if I miss that setup, it's completely fine, because I'm not going to allow my risk to increase just to enter a setup, right? Okay, so again, GJ is still working according to our plan. So if it drops, we're going to go down to the larger time frame. If it goes up, we can take the sell down to our intended target here on the larger time frame. Even if it doesn't do that, at least we have the range to work with, right? At least we'll have the range to work with, which is about 16, 17, 18 pips, right? So it's a safe target, and that's why the range within the range works perfectly, right? So that with this, the system has so many great components to it, where small range can enter a larger range. The small range can be traded at the same time as the larger range, even in opposite directions. And I've explained this in the course in detail, right? So I won't be going over those things on the live streams, but in detail I've discussed that in the course, with a bunch of different examples, how to take sniper entries and so forth. So a lot of good content on there, and a blueprint document that I believe is key, to profitability, because we need to understand how to effectively manage the trade. All right, so you can see how GJ is coming back up. Again, it's pulling towards the EMA here and back into this range, so it can definitely come up all the way to this EMA as well, which is the 1 hour. Again, we do have the 4 hour as well here. Where is the 4 hour? Okay, actually, sorry, that was for the USD CAD pair, but we do have the 1 hour. So we have a lot of EMAs in this other range that it broke out of, but seems to be coming right back into. But nonetheless, I will be waiting for GJ to move up here so I can go ahead and place these sell stops, at least to the 5-minute EMA. And USD CAD now, it's USD CAD is wicking here, as we know that there's a EMA here, 4 hour EMA, along with the 2 hour EMA as well. But let's see. We just need one push above here so we can be confident in these sell stops, and entering these sell stops. And again, I really want to take an entry during the London session today. But again, I'm not going to force it just because I want to enter. But we'd like to see some type of entry, because we've only entered once out of, right now 4 days of streaming. All right, so this may continue to push down. If not, looking to tap the 5-minute EMA so we can, grab the sell stops here on the way down and let runners run down to our larger end, but at least close out at the smaller range that we've drawn out here. But the range within the range you guys are looking at in real time, which is, one of the best things that, can happen to a pair when you enters a range. Sometimes, again, it may not be as clear, but when it's running like pure water, it's amazing. All right, so USD CAD seems to be coming up. Again, we're looking for that push up as well for USD CAD before we can set these sells, but not seeing that right now. So we may get a continued push up, and then we can consider these sell stops. And as GJ is not pushing up above the 181, 240 zone here, but we need a little bit of a push before I'm confident in these sells. Need that push. Okay, here it comes. Here GJ comes. Okay, strong push here. Let's see. Okay, nearly tapping it. So there's a 50-minute candle coming. I would like the 50-minute candle to close now before we may get tapped in here, right? So I'm not going to be setting the sell stops because we're approaching a larger candle here, other than larger than the 5-minute time frame here. So I'm going to settle with just avoiding it right now because I don't want to be tapped in. It didn't fully tap the 5-minute EMA, and we're still about less than a minute and a half left. Ooh. Yeah, not feeling confident with the setup because there's still some pick up of volume here. You can see on the 2-hour now, it could come up here and wick here first before it comes back down. So that's the risk that we have for just selling it right now. So you can see we could have just been tapped here, and would have lost, potentially, because the new 50-minute candle is coming now. And look at the 2-hour here. It looks like a clean push up here, at least to a wick level, right? You can see now on the 2-hour, it can continue push up and create a wick here, and then potentially push down. So didn't want to take that risk. Let GJ, again, it is the first 15 minutes of London opening as well. So we'd like it to relax a bit before I enter this trade idea right here, right? So we got the new 50-minute candle coming now. So again, it could come and tap here. Now 50-minute candle did break above, right? This range that, again, not sure if it's going to respect it anymore because of the strong bullish candle here. But let's see how USD CAD is moving. Ooh. Let me look at 2-hour here. So I still feel there's a push that can happen with GJ, but it may push down here. But again, I'm not feeling confident, guys, so I'm gonna avoid this for right now. The way GJ is moving, it could do another bullish run before it comes back down. So I need more of a breathing room for GJ before I consider this. But it may push down here. Let's see. Right, so let's see. Is it going to continue the push, or it's going to come back up first? So if GJ does make another push up here, because there's a 50-minute EMA here, if it does come back to the 50-minute, then I'll consider the sells. But right now, I'm not going to consider it. I see too much movement from GJ to the upside right now, and don't want to be caught up in that. So let's see here. You can see on the 2 hour as well, right? There's a lot of room for it to come up as well. So not feeling confident with GJ, right? And again, this is a little more so with experience that you understand how movements are occurring, because on if you've been watching the streams, you can see that most often I don't really right away remove the idea altogether, but the way GJ is moving right now, I'm having doubts with this setup right now, so I'm gonna let it move. It could come up on the higher time frame. You could see that it could push up and create another wick over here, right? Which there is the 1 hour time frame as well, so it could tap that and then come back down. So I need enough breathing room for GJ before being tapped in and it going against us. Likewise with USD CAD, before it pushes up, it could make a push down and then expose itself to the upside. But GJ again, like you can see now, if we were tapped in on this, you could see now GJ could continue to push up. Even with the 50-minute candle closure, did not give us a good indication here. Still feel like one more push above is valid before it comes back down. So we'll wait for that, because it's a strong 50-minute candle here. And we have a 5-minute candle closing in the next 2 minutes. So I think that will help to see how it reacts with the EMA. Does it break above that, or does it continue to the south? But again, from experience, the way GJ is moving, this upwards run has not completed yet, or at least it's showing signs that it has not. And for that reason, the idea was altogether voided, especially at that zone. And now we can look to see that it may be in a larger range, which can be tradable, right? But just have to be patient here. We're just 1 minute away from the 5-minute candle closure. And USD CAD also can come down here as well, right? Like you can see on the 30-minute and the 1 hour, it can come down, fill this non-wick candle, and then make its way back up. Okay, now GJ is moving above. As you guys can see now, this is why I did not want to risk it. Sometimes with experience, you can just tell how the price will move, and avoiding it may be the best case here. And now what I can consider is maybe taking sells at the top here. Now let's see. Or will it reject the 5-minute EMA here? Right? Could we get it to the 1 hour, 30-minute, 15-minute EMA? Can we get the taps to there? Let's see. Ooh, big push. But no wick on the current candle. No wick on the current candle. So we could see the push above again. Likewise, look how they're moving inversely here. No wick on the current candle, and no wick on the current candle for GJ either. So we could see a push above here to the 50-minute EMA. Good strong push down. Let's see. Can it continue? Will it continue? Okay, wow. So on the 50-minute, you can see that it looks like a clean candle down. But the whole non-wick here may push it right back up though. And that's the part, right? You can see that we could have been tapped in here and would have not been ideal because of the non-wick here, and plus the EMA's taps above here, and then the 2 hour here, you can see that there's more room for a larger wick. It's all showing signs that it can continue to push up. And yeah, USD CAD also came back to remove the non-wick. So let's see. Yeah, I can definitely see GJ come up to tap the 15-minute, 30 minutes right there as well. 1 hour is right there. The 2 hours all the way up there. Yeah, I'm not sure about the 2 hour, but definitely you can come back to tap, you know, these 15, 30 minute and 1 hour EMAs. So looking for you know, GJ to do that. Meanwhile, USD CAD can come down here. Let's see here. We have another 5-minute candle close coming up. Then we're going to have the 30-minute and 15-minute candle closing. The 5 minutes preceding that. Alrighty, so let's continue to be patient here. You know, and I was ready to, you know, for the sell-off, but just the way, you know, GJ was just moving here, it just, you know, wasn't worth it. And again, that's why I say spend as many hours and as much time as you can on the charts, because you on the pair that you're trading or the pairs that you're trading, because you need to understand how it's moving in the given session that you trade, right? And the more you watch it, the more you're going to observe, understand that in certain times it may move against you, and that could save you from a potential loss, right? This clearly would have tapped us in, and look what it's done. Continuing right to the top end of the previous range, but at least to the EMA taps, right? So we have some significant markers here where we can understand where price may move to, and at that point you can set your stops, buy stops or sell stops accordingly. So let's see. Let it continue the push. I don't mind. Let it push. Look at that push. Now the 15-minute just got tapped, the 30-minute got tapped, and the 1 hour got tapped. But now you could see it could clearly fill this up right here as well. And then I'll consider taking the sells if it does get there, right? But the move up right now is just so strong. So strong. Now USD CAD is moving up. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, let it move up one more push. Don't think the momentum has stopped yet. Right, you could see that it could clearly actually has not tapped the 1 hour EMA. So let it push above here. Right, and at that time I can consider taking it from the 1 hour EMA, the sell stops. Let it continue the push. Let's see. So the 1 hour is right around the corner. And so I'll just extend this instead. Yeah, it's nearly there. Again, price could reach up here to this level right here. And at that point, I can consider taking the sell stops from around this zone, which gives us enough breathing room. And now USD CAD is coming up, so everything's expected here. Except USD CAD can continue the push up here as well. So if that's the case with USD CAD, that means GJ is going to be coming down. But the idea is now, do we have the appropriate entry? I'm going to wait for the 2-hour too. So you can see it tapped the 1 hour. So I'm going to wait for the 15-minute and 30-minute candle close, and the new 30-minute and 50-minute candle to open, to see if we get one more push, and then I could set the sell stops. I mean, I would love for it to come up a little bit higher so we can go ahead and set the sell stops. And that way we don't have to miss, this trade down, and will give us our setup for Thursday. Yeah, so USD CAD can definitely come up and continue the push up here as well. So I wouldn't even, this would be a marker here, but again, I could still anticipate that the push can continue here. All right, here comes the push from GJ. Now, how far is the 2-hour EMA? It's still a little distant, but not too far. You can see now what a strong GJ push here. I mean, this was how many pips here? Almost 30 pips here. Alrighty. So got a couple minutes left. Again, could reject, slightly the EMAs and then do one more push up for the 30-minute opening. And then I could see if I want to set the sell stops, but the push, I believe, is not done yet. Okay, we just got under 1 minute left for the 30-minute to close. You can see that it is rejecting. However, we could get one more wick above with the next hour candle, and then at that point, I'll consider the sell stops. Again, I'm safeguarding every element here before I go ahead and execute, right? And that's what you should consider, to be, safe in every avenue, every element, before going ahead and placing the trade. Right? Even our trades are not instant executions majority of the time. They're limit orders, right? So buy stops, sell stops, and so forth. So the strategy itself is very safe proof. You just have to apply it correctly. That's the only battle. All right, so you can see now USD CAD open up with no wick here on the 30-minute candle. It can push down slightly and then move back up. Just likewise, GJ can move up slightly before it makes the push down, and at that point I'll consider taking the sell stops. So 350 here. Okay, so it's still an idea. I'm waiting for the push up here, for price to push up for GJ up here, on the previous wick here, and then I can consider taking the sell stops there. So I have to be very, very careful here of when we enter the sell stops. Okay, here comes the push. Let's see. Will it ride above? Okay. Need one more push here. One more push to the 400 zone here. Almost there. Almost there. Let's see, look at the 2 hour here. Okay. It's giving us that push. Okay. All right. Here, guys, I'm setting the buy sell stops here at 181,350. Oh, what's wrong with this? You can see a very strong bullish candle here. I mean, that's pushing. But 181,350, we're going to safeguard ourselves and right down to this end right here, which is going to be about 13 pips. So 13 pips. Okay, we're about to be activated, guys. Almost there. 13 and 13 here. Yeah, 13 pips on both ends. 181,350. It's not an idea no more. It's an actual entry here. So we're about to be activated, guys, here. And I'm going to avoid USD CAD here for now. So we have the sell stops here, 13 pips at 181,480. And our profit target TP1 is 181,220. All right, here it comes. All right, nearly tapped. And this is why I mentioned the importance of having low spread accounts. All right, still waiting here. We have 1 minute left for the new 5-minute candle. Now USD CAD is pushing up. And we could see GJ ride back down. All right, here comes a new 5-minute candle. Let's see what happens here. No, still waiting to be for the trade to be activated. So it's a nice bullish run here from GJ, but we're at significant markers with the taps here. So we're looking at writing down. Let's see. But the trade is entered as a sell stop. So we're just waiting to be activated. You can see no wick on the current candle, so it can definitely come back and push down. Okay, now USD CAD is rejecting the EMA here. Now we know that GJ is going to come back down to fill this non-wick candle, but it just had a huge bullish run here. Look at this. From down here, it continued bullish right through London opening. Now, is it going towards the 2-hour EMA? Is it closing on the 4-hour here? We're going to have to wait and see. Okay, here it comes back down. So 13 pips, I believe it can come down, to protect, or to come and touch this bottom end here. And then we go ahead and let the cells run down. Let's see. Now I'm anticipating actually USD CAD to continue to move up here. I'm looking at USD CAD to continue to move up and GJ to come back down here. Okay, there comes GJ. All right, let's see. Still got 2 minutes left to close off the 5-minute candle. And USD CAD here. Let's see here. All right, so we may have to wait for the next 5-minute candle to come back down, but GJ's just been having that type of week here. All right, so I guess it's going towards the 2-hour EMA. Possibly not. I used to CAD. Let's see here. Yeah, it still feels like so what I'm going to do, guys, now is I'm going to adjust my sell stops here. I'm going to adjust it at the top end over here. So if it does ride back down, if it continues to move up now all the way to the 2-hour EMA tap, at that point I'm going to consider a sell stop from over here. But if it does come back down, right, there's a non-wick candle right at the non-wick candle here. I'm going to adjust the sell stops to, oh, it's pushing. Okay. USD CAD is pushing. Let's see here. So now these sell stops are going to be removed. All right, so now it's, oh wow, what a strong push. All right, so now I'm going to consider somewhere in the 500 zone here. Let's see. You can see the 4 hours above us there as well. Wow, okay. There is a non-wick candle below. So could definitely go for that 2-hour right here. Okay, no wick on here as well. Okay. All right, guys, this is what I'm going to do. So 500. Let's do. Again, this is just an idea right now. Let me see if price can push up slightly higher here above the 570 zone. Can it give us that push? One more push here. So we've got 2 non-wick candles here. Let's see. The strong London opening, finally picked up some volume over the last, 3 days or so during London session. So now it's giving us that volume now. Let's see. Now the next stop would be the 4-hour EMA, but 4-hour EMA, but let's see if it gets that far. Okay, so 500, guys, I'm setting this 500 G to sell stops, and we're gonna look at So 500 is right here. Yeah, 500 is appropriate here. So 500, and we're gonna look to get at least 20 pips on this. We're gonna keep our stops pretty wide here for this one, just because of the volume on GJ right now. So 181 500 and 20 pips stop loss. So 181 500, stops are at 181 700, and our TP is at 181 300. And I'm going to avoid USD CAD for now, just because you know, we could see that USD CAD can push even above this marker here and continue the move up. So I'm going to avoid that for now, but GJ might be active now. Maybe any second now. Let's see. So we got another 15-minute candle coming up. Got 20 pips on each end. Adjust that, 20 pips. So 181 500, sell stops. It should be 500. And 20 pips. Perfect. All right. So we got everything in line now. Let's see. Again, this is where, you know, it's critical that you have, you know, a low spread account, right? It's very, very critical that you do that, because you don't want to be stopped, you know, tapped in such a critical time where it may continue back up, right? So you need to be very careful here. All right, we're about to be tapped in, guys. Nearly. Let's see. Still waiting. So we got a 50-minute candle coming up. All right, new candle here. All right, we're about to be in. All right, we're in, guys. So with this 50-minute candle, we're in. And let's see if this becomes a wick on, so you can see on the 2-hour, this is a rejection here. Can we continue down? So TP1, I'm going to set here, guys. We're in this trade. So let me set the TP1 here. TP1 right here. I'm going to close 50% at TP1 and let it ride down to this end here, 181 100. Again, that's if it complies, because they had a strong bullish run. But we are in this setup right now, so just around entry right now. So it's battling at entry right now. Let's see if we can get a good strong push down. If this whole candle comes down here, we can tap TP1 here, right? So the whole 50-minute candle can come right back down and close off the hour. That would give us the TP here. Let's see. but a strong bullish run from GJ right after London opening. So let's see. So it's back in drawdown now. But can we get a strong bearish candle here? At least 20 pips down so we can capture our TP1, secure profits, and adjust the stops at break even. So once it breaks this low right here, which is the non-wick candle, I'm going to adjust my stops. Yeah, so once price comes down to the 181,400 zone, which would be about 10 pips in profit, I'm going to adjust my stops to break even. And you can see GJ is still moving a little awkwardly here because, the bullish run may have not ended. But to reverse here, it is going to exhaust, some time here before it can reverse. And that's if it does reverse. Here's USD CAD rejecting the 1 hour EMA and the 30-minute as well. Okay, so GJ is right back in drawdown. Let's see. But we are active in this setup. 181,500, right? So we're just a few pips shy of the entry. But I'm anticipating a small bearish push here to give us the TP1 target at least, so we can secure some profits. And if it continues down, then you can see the 2 hour marker here as well. If it continues down, we're going to let runners run. Okay, so you can see now, again, I do anticipate GJ or USD CAD continuing the push up and GJ continuing the push down. Okay, nice, GJ, nice. Look at that push, guys. So if it can complete the full push down, we capture TP1, close 50% at TP1, and let runners run. And again, USD CAD can continue the move all the way up. So much anticipated. I would have taken this trade, but trying to capture the GJ setup only for now. No issue there. Okay, as you can see now, there might be a consolidation zone, but GJ could continue the push down here. To close off the 50-minute candle with a complete bearish push. And then the next hour can continue down as well. Right, so that would be the most ideal thing, that if GJ can do that, we can secure profits here. Need a stronger push down. We're kind of stuck in this consolidation zone here. Okay, new 5-minute candle. The current candle right now, so let's see. Will it come right back up here? So the most we've been in drawdown in this pair right now is what, 3 pips. We may have a stronger push here on the current candle. Let's see. One more strong bearish push, and we could be 10 pips up and adjust our stops. And I would, like for this setup to complete before the hour candle closes, so we don't have a retracement of the 1 hour candle, back up here again. So let's see here. Again, one bearish push can do the trick. All right, 8 minutes left to go. See where the 2-hour EMA is, so it's right around the 2-hour EMA. Okay. All right, yeah, as expected, USD CAD continuing to push up. And we still have 8 minutes left, so it could retrace right back down. But GJ looking to see a bearish push here to close off the hour and to secure hopefully a lot of pips. Let's see. All right, here comes GJ. Right into profit. Let's see. So for anyone joining the stream right now, we just set the sell stops about 10 minutes ago, and we're looking for the push down. And on the higher time frame, we're looking at least down to the 180-900, but we're at least trying to complete this setup, TP1, so we can secure the profits at TP1 at least 50%. So I'm going to be closing 50% at TP1 and letting runners run, right? Because this one can be a clean one all the way down. And yep, as anticipated, USD CAD is continuing to push up. So this was a very clean setup as well. But again, because of just the way GJ is moving, I wasn't going to, give you guys the USD CAD setup as well, where to enter and so forth. But I saw this, very cleanly about 5 to 6 minutes ago. Saw the anticipation that it's going to break out here. So again, it's all due to the strategy. Keep that in mind, that this is just how you view the markets. When you understand the system, you view the markets in that manner, you can see how price can adjust and move as well, right, in the given session that you're trading. Let's see, can we get that full push down? So I'm looking to close a 50-minute candle and the hour candle right down to secure our TP1, right? So GJ can make this move down. Let's see. Can complete a full push down, with the EMAs in mind, right? So it can come right down. We got 15-minute EMA. We got the 1-hour EMA down there as well. So there's a lot of confluences here. Now there's no wick on the current candle, so we could see GJ come back up here. I wouldn't mind, but then a full push down. We got this is the last 5 minutes before the 1-hour candle closure, right? So with the 1-hour candle closure, we can see the price move right back up, and then a continued push down. But if we get a strong surge of a bearish push down here towards this non-wick candle fill here, we could see that TP1 target can be hit, but we need a strong bearish push here to close off the hour, right? Not a bullish push. Let's see. So you can see now 15-minute can mimic the full bullish run on the 50-minute candle right down to the bottom, which would be our TP1 target. So let's see. The 30-minute here as well. Yeah, I could definitely see GJ come down here, but there's a bullish push here that's just taking away the setup right now. Let's see. All right, right back at entry, slightly into drawdown. So it seems like GJ does not want to have, to let go of the bullish run that it was a part of. I mean, look at this on the 1-hour candle, straight bullish all the way to the top. Look at that candle, 53 pips right there. And so we're trying to go against that. Although there's been a lot of EMA taps which, go to our favor with this strong, USD CAD push to the upside. So we do have some good confluence on our side, and this could actually be a great entry in that manner, right? And I'm expecting for GJ, if it comes down here, down to the 181,400, it will tap TP1 and it can continue down. But now we're looking at a close of another hour. So the new hour candle can come up first before it comes down. But if we get a strong bearish push on GJ before the close of the hour, which is in about 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes, then we can consider the new hour candle continuing the push down, right? But if we're kind of consolidating in this zone, right, slightly into profit, it's still not convincing enough for GJ to continue the push down right away, right? So we need a strong push. So you can see now, even this current 50-minute candle, we still got 2 minutes left, so we can still have a good bearish push right down past the 181,400 zone. So we can adjust our stops, make it risk-free, and if you want to secure your profits, you can, but I'm going to let the, trade run beyond the 181,400 to TP1 and then close 50%. Again, still stuck in that zone here. Need that push from GJ here. Again, for some of you guys that are not comfortable holding, you can close out 5-6 pips. So that'll be about 25% of your trade, but feel GJ can make a big push here, right? If we're gonna have to wait for the new hour candle, I guess that's what's gonna have to happen. But we could get, a retracement to the upside before it continues to push down, right? All right, so you can see now it broke off all the EMAs and USD CAD can easily continue to move up here. And that means GJ would continue down, but we got less than a minute left. And here we are. Okay. So now looking for a bearish push now. So we are going to enter the new hour here. Let's see here. All right, here it comes a new hour candle. Let's see. All right, here is the USD CAD pair here. Let's see how that's moving. All right, no wick on the current candle. We're pushing up. And GJ, I think we can get a strong bearish candle here. If we can, that's going to be great because then we could look at a, strong bearish run here right back down. And we can even get TP3 here if this continues bearish. But we need a strong bearish run. Look at the 4 hour here. Let's see. So if the 4 hour, continues bearish. Oh yeah, this would be nice. Nice. Come on, GJ. So USD CAD is pushing up, but it has no wick on the current candle, so it can come right back down. Yes, 10 viewers almost. Yes. Yep, small steps, but we are growing. And again, I appreciate everybody joining the stream. And yeah, let's keep it growing. And look at GJ, guys. Beautiful push here. Beautiful push. And now this can go all the way down. So we can get a nice set of pips here to our favor here. finally, after a very slow week. Man, it was a brutal slow week. 2 out of the 4 days now, or 3 days at least, before Thursday, we had no setups. Let's go one more bearish run here from GJ. Come on, GJ. Pass that 181,400 so we can make the trade risk free. And hopefully we continue the bearish run. Right? USD CAD now has no wick. So it can definitely come back down for it first before it pushes back up. But that also is making GJ retrace as well. And yes, you're right. I do also remember when, we were just at a couple of years and, we started at the beginning of the month, and now this will be, the first full month that I've done streaming now. And yes, going from, 1 to 2 viewers or 3 viewers to almost 9, 10 viewers now, it's growth, right? I count it as growth, and small steps, can go a long way, right? So I appreciate again everybody joining the stream and making it, a success day by day. And hopefully we continue to grow and build that community. Right? Thank you. Hopefully, yes, we are moving in the right direction, and let's keep growing. Let's see. Hopefully, a better month next month. But to close off this month, I would like this GJ trade to ride right down, so we can all win together and enjoy the end of the month here trading. Let's see. Can we get that push down? Let's go, GJ. You can see on the 1 hour, it can be a clean candle all the way down here. I mean, this would be very, very clean. But has it completed its bullish run? Right? That's the thing that is making GJ float above this zone here. Because if it has not completed its bullish run, right, then we could even expect the trade to even go above here where the 4-hour EMA is. And again, USD CAD will come back down because there's no wick, most likely here, and then continue back up. Oh wow, because the GJ closed, in a drawdown here, and now open with no wick. Now it could continue up here. Let's see USD CAD here. Okay. Okay, so now GJ is pushing into drawdown. Okay. Let's see. So that's the retracement I was talking about after the opening of the hour. Now, how far does this retracement go? That's the question. Right? Does it continue pushing up? Remember the strong bullish run by GJ after the opening of the hour, of London opening hour. I mean, continue all the way up almost 55 pips. So we could see that again, GJ is settling in this range, right? This range right here. That it's been a part of for the last how many minutes is that? It's almost more than half an hour now. So the only tough part about that is that the other half of this range is in drawdown for our setup, and it's pushing. To USD CAD here. So again, you can see that this would be a 1-to-1 touch here, 2-to-2. We could expect GJ to come back down. But is it going to come down after we're stopped out, or can he give the push down now? Let's see. A strong bullish run, right? And you see USD CAD is coming back down as well to create that coming down to fill up the non-wick on the downside. Let's see GJ here. Oh wow, strong push. Right, so I guess it wasn't done as bullish run, but can we survive this? Oh wow, it's really strong now. Okay. So now we're looking at above here. We had our stops above the the previous high wick on Wednesday on the 2-hour candle here. But is that strong enough? Oh wow. Nope, stopped out. Wow. Alrighty, okay. So this could continue up. Now we're looking at the 4-hour here. Let's see. So one loss to start off the session. Now could it continue all the way up here? Or is it going to ride back in that range? So I'm going to take a second shot at it, guys. Yeah, I'm going to take a second shot at it right here. This range right here is also 19 pips. So let's see. This is going to be 181,560. Let's see how far GJ is up right now. $10 pips above. Okay, so 16. Let's do 16 pips on each end, and it can come right back into this now, this area. So, okay, wow, big push down from USD CAD. Okay, so 181,560. I've set sell stops at again for GJ, and looking to hit 16 pips at 181,400 and 181,720. Yeah, 720 would be our target here. So let's see here. So this is the second trade of the day. Now hopefully we can secure not only one TP here, but it can continue riding down from here. So 181,560 with 181,400 as our TP1 and 181,720 as our stop loss. Okay, seems to be coming down. But very strong bullish momentum on GJ. We're trying to capture the EMA taps here, and it ride right back into the range here. So let's see if we can capture that, plus more TPs if it continues to push down here, right? At least a bearish run to capture at least 2 TPs, and then we can let it run up. Then we don't mind because we'll have runners running with a safe exit plan. Okay, so let's look at the 50-minute on the USD CAD. So that's a huge rejection here. But a tough London session, trading week nonetheless, due to just lack of volume, at least for the first 2 3 days. And now once we're picking up volume, when we look at the the bullish run, once we're picking up volume, it just just blew through our stops here. So let's capture a second setup here for a win, and hopefully we can capture more than one TP, so we can not only get a profitable day, but get a nice move down as well. But you can see now, I mean, this whole push started right at London opening and went on for now almost 60 plus pips now. Not that GJ can pull these moves, but a strong candle here on the 1 hour, and then the next hour just continue the move up. So now USD CAD is coming down here to close the non-wick candle here. And again, if GJ moves completely up here above here, you can look for USD CAD to take the sell stops here potentially. Yeah, because GJ can continue the move up here. Let's see. Again, you can see that I filled up this non-wick candle here on the 5-minute candle, 5-minute here, right here. That's why we drew the horizontal ray. And GJ can continue the move up here. But on the daily, it can come back up there as well. Okay, I'm going to hold off USD CAD. So it should be tapping the, nearly tapping the 30-minute candle or EMA here. Okay. You can see the 1 hour closed above all those EMAs as well. I can definitely come back down as well. Okay. Yeah, if GG continues bullish, right, so this setup would be invalidated as well. But it's still, I still have it on just in case we do get a bullish, bearish run here. Just because I'm taking a look at USD CAD and seeing that it can continue its bullish run. It definitely can. Let's see here. Yeah, look at that bullish run here on GJ. Wow. And now the 4 hour is not too far off either. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove the sell stops, guys. And I'm going to add sell stops for USD CAD here. So USD CAD sell stops at this right here. So what is that? 135. So 135.035. Well, let's make it, what is this? 135.40. Okay, let's do that. Okay, right here. So sell stops here. Yeah, GJ is kind of doing the big push here now. So 40. So we're about how many pips away? About 3.8 pips away, 4 pips away. Again, USD CAD typically is a smaller spread than GJ, so that's even better. Now, the whole run would be up to this bottom here, but it'd be a continuation. But let's see how long I would want to pursue that. Let's look at daily here as well. Okay. Yeah, let's remove this. So 40, and then for these stops, let's look at some of the EMA tabs here. So where is this? 134,950. Okay, here we go. So it's going to be a 10. Let's make it 10 pips on the dot here. 10 pips. And 10 pips. Right, so this is our entry for USD CAD here. So sell stops. And yeah, GJ is making a strong bullish run, at least to the 4-hour EMA now, at least. Which would mean that if we extend this now, we could see this potential touch here. Right, so 1 to 1, 2 to 2, and then the third touch here is coming up. Yep. All right. So we're anticipating a 2 TP hit here, a nearly 2 TP hit here for USD CAD. So we're about to activate our sell stops for USD CAD. And look at that bullish run by GJ. Wow. That was a bullet. Going right to the 4-hour EMA here. And the daily is above there as well. Wow. Talk about some picking up of volume at the end of the week for GJ. But here is our current setup. So we're looking to capitalize on this. This setup here. And we got a new 5-minute candle opening. And seems like it's coming down. Now let's see. Can we get a good push down here? 10 pip TP with a 10 pip stop loss. And stops are set at 135,040. With stops at 135,140 and TP1 at 134,940. So let me label that as TP1. Get the horizontal rate as well here. Okay, we're about to be activated here, nearly. Let's look at that bullish run on GJ. So now I'll even consider taking sell stops at the 4-hour now. So, at that point it'll be exhausted in terms of the bullish run. However, let's focus on the USD CAD setup here. Waiting to be tapped on USD CAD. All right, it's coming. All right, nearly there, about to be tapped. Okay, so just pushing against us right now. Let's see. Hmm. All right, nearly about to be tapped. Just waiting for the sell stops to be activated for USD CAD. Okay, let's see. See, both pairs picked up a lot of volume and now they're kind of just consolidating slightly before making, their moves in their respective directions. Of course, we're anticipating the push down from USD CAD. However, it's just consolidating right now. See, so we're about how many pips away? We were about almost 1.2, and now it's 2.8 pips. Alrighty. We got another 5-minute candle coming up in a few seconds. Trying to get a second setup for London right now. All right, here comes USD CAD. Just we need one more push down to be tapped in. One more push. Okay, here it comes. Very close here again. All right, so it is consolidating in this zone now right here. So we're looking for the breakout of this consolidation zone to the downside. Yeah, GJ, yeah, exactly. No, GJ had to pick up some volume, because of a lack of volume during London session all week, right? I mean, Monday and Wednesday we had no setups. I tried as much as I can, but we just had, no setups ready. It's just been a slow week, when there's less fundamental events and then suddenly there's some fundamental events or a pickup of volume at the end of the week, we could be stopped out, right? So that's one of the reasons, I believe we got stopped out is because we anticipated some volume pickup and a reversal, but it continued the direction, right? Maybe on a normal week, it would have respected that, as we have seen over the past, several weeks that I've been streaming, but just, not going along with some range setups. So it's been very, very difficult to even find setups this week. during London session. New York session, you know, there was setups that I got, but overall with you know, just London session this week has just been very brutally slow as well. All right, so now GDAC, so USD CAD now seems to be ranging in this zone here. So now we're gonna have to wait for our sell stops here now for USD CAD now. So again, you know, picks up volume and then just slows down drastically. And you know, when there's a drastic slowdown, then there's gonna be a retracement, and the actual move is gonna be, you know, delayed. So now you can see now that GDA might be pushing down, but since the 4 hours there still, I believe, has room to continue up to that, right? We have about half an hour left to the 4-hour candle closure. So even if it closes up here, it can, you know, come up and wick here, tap here, and come right back down. So we'll see how that goes. On the other hand, USD CAD now is very, very slow here. Very slow moving. Pair here for right now. So let's see. I'm thinking of adjusting my stops here, or my entry here for USD CAD if it pushes above the 135-100 zone. So maybe I'll look to get a better entry when USD CAD comes, you know, on the way down. So there's a 50-minute and 30-minute candle closure coming. You know, hopefully that can push USD CAD up and then grab sell stops at a better point here. Let's see. So GDA here, again, very likely to continue up. And USD CAD now, we're looking to, you know, capture the sell stops, but can we capture it at a better position here for the way down? So what would that be here? Okay, so let the new candle open up. Let's see if I want to adjust it or not. All right, here comes USD CAD, so it's pushing up. All right, so let's adjust it here. So what is this right here? 135.60. All right, let's do that. So 135.60. So these are the sell stops now. So we're about, what is it, 5 pips away. Okay, now it's showing a huge bullish run, but again, there's no wick on the current. So the last two 50-minute candles have no wick. All right, so this is what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to adjust it one more time here. So very quickly, 135.80. 135.85. Let's do that. 135, 1.35085. So adjusted that. And still keeping it 10 pips. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, so how many pips are we away now? We're about 5 pips away again. But I believe this is okay, right? You need to capture this larger area here as well. So you can see on the 1 hour, this is being respected. All right, we most likely will be tapped in on this trade. And we're looking for the 5-minute EMA for the downside for the TP1 target. Still about 5 pips away from being tapped in. Now 4 pips away. Let's see. CG is just retracing, but it can definitely come right back up. And all right, let's go USDCAD. Let's get activated here so we can get the setup running right down to TP1 at least. So 135.085 is our sell stop with stop loss 10 pips, 135.185, and our TP1 is set at 134.985. All right, we're about to be tapped in. Let's see here. Just about to be tapped in. So we might have to wait for the next 5-minute candle now before being tapped in, unless it gives us a nice bearish push here and we'll be activated. All right, just about to be activated. All right, come on, USD CAD. Again, 10 pip TP1, not bad, with the 10 pip stop loss. And we're about to be tapped in. Come on, USD CAD, let's go. Still about 1.5 pips away. All right, here comes a new 5-minute candle. Might get in on this one. All right, we're tapped in, guys. So we're in this USD CAD trade now with this new 5-minute candle. We're looking for a strong bullish push here, or bearish push, sorry. All right, here it goes. Alrighty, okay. Let's get that push. Let me just take a look at GJ here. Okay, yeah, GJ can definitely continue the push up, and USD CAD can continue the push down. Yep. So everything is set accordingly. We just need a good push down here from USD CAD. Look at the 4 hour as well. Could get a 4-hour push here, but there are some confluences down there and strong EMA taps as well that can bring the price down. Let's see here. So we're battling right around entry right now. and it literally just tapped us in, and since then it has not gone into profit. But a strong bearish candle here can do the trick here. So right at entry right now. Nice. Come on, USD CAD. Let's get that push now. Let's get that push. Yeah, and GJ seems to be continuing the bullish run. But USD CAD needs to give us that strong bearish push. Again, can come down here. Once it breaks this, we can adjust our stops. Let's see. Okay, nice push. Let's go USD CAD. Keep saying GJ. GJ actually stopped us out today, so that's not good. But let's get a nice, 2 TP run here, or 3 TP run for USD CAD. I'm gonna let runners run even beyond the stream if it does get down here, and I'll explain why. Nice. Let's go. Okay, continue that push. So once it breaks below this, I'll be adjusting my stops. Nice. Nice push. Look at that clean push, guys. Nice. Very nice. All right, so it's going to fill up this non-wick candle here. And you just continue the bullish run here. Okay, nice. All right, so let it cross this zone here comfortably. So there's another 5-minute candle coming up. If that continues to push down, I'm going to adjust my stops. Okay, so this is around 3 pips in profit, but again, this is a 10 pip, profit target. So it's, about 30% of the way there, but we need another strong bearish run with the next 5-minute candle. Alrighty, here's a new 5-minute candle. Can we get that bearish push? Nice. Continue. Let's go. You can see even on the 15-minute, it can continue that bearish push down and tap the 15-minute EMA, but even the 5-minute EMA is down there as well. So that's a nice TP1 target to look for. Okay, now GJ is pushing down. Okay. Does it have a wick? It does indeed. Okay. Well, let's see. You're gonna need USD CAD to break below here and even close below here so I can confidently set the stops to break even. But with GJ with the big push here to the downside, let's see here. So you can see it's rejecting potentially the 2-hour EMA, because the 2-hour is going to close as well in 19 minutes, right? So the 4-hour candle and the 2-hour candle as well. Still in profit on USD CAD. We can continue the push down. It did not come down to fill. It did not come down to fill this non-wick candle yet, right? So it can still come down and fill it and even close below towards our 5-minute and 15-minute EMA. So we have that in our favor. So that's the the good end of the stick here, and that's why I even considered this setup, because of all the different confluences with the EMA taps as well below the price. Okay, let's look at GJ again. So it's rejecting to the upside. Perfect. Let's take a look at this. It's 14, 15 pips. Okay. Nice. Look at USD CAD, guys. Look at this. Let's continue that push. One more push. We got 3 minutes left to close off the 50-minute candle here. So if it can continue the push down, this would be ideal, right? So I need confidence to adjust my stops, and the confidence is going to be by USD CAD closing below this, potential, or you could say to a certain degree this, support here. But here it comes. Can we get the clean push down to close off the 15-minute candle here? Oh, there is a 30-minute EMA here. Okay. All right, so you can see now that little small support here is still holding up here. Need to close below here the strong bearish candle, right? We might be getting it here, but we're still 2 minutes shy of the close. Again, could push down. Nice. Very nice. Nice. Okay, so now what are we at? About 5 pips, so we're midway there to our target. That's about 50% of the way there. Okay. But you can see it's still creating that support line here. CG just moving back up, so it was in that small consolidation zone, but I do feel, okay, so there is a 30-minute EMA tap, so let's see. But again, I do feel with a strong bearish momentum here, we could get that push down from USD CAD. But it's not breaking that support line here, right? So we need a closure below that small support to adjust the stops. Need a strong push down here. It's less than a minute left to close off the 50-minute candle, and a potential 5-minute close below that support line that I'm talking about. There's a 30-minute EMA tap coming as well, but so we got the 30-minute EMA, 5-minute and 50-minute EMA within the next 5 pip distance here. So let's see, it'll be interesting how the 5-minute closes. Okay, so it kind of just closed right at that support line, right? But it doesn't mean that the next candle can't just swipe right down, but it could come right back up as well. Let's see. We get another bearish push here, and we can adjust the stops. Nice. Nice push by USD CAD. Nice. All right. One more push. So it's probably tapping the 30-minute EMA right now. Okay. Still think this can push down before the 50-minute closes here. So still anticipating another bearish push. And then I think it'll be comfortable to hit TP1 here. All right, one more push here. Let's go. Yeah, I think we can get this. Let's go. All right, anybody in this setup with me? If you can type 1, just so I can kind of get an idea of how many are actively watching the stream. I mean, of course, you may not be taking the trade, just watching it itself, but if you're on this setup, if you can type 1, okay, nice. Nice, I like that. So, definitely more engagement. I would like, with the viewers, with the chat. I guess it's good, me not talking to myself the whole time. But you guys can always ask questions anytime, right? Trying to just grow on YouTube here. And okay, excellent. So we do have a couple of traders that are taking this setup. Again, the reason why I'm not adjusting my setups yet is because I want a little kind of, confidently break that support line, because I don't want to be stopped out in such a setup, right, where we can see that there is potential of break into the downside here. Okay, nice. Okay, so still coming right back. Come on, USD CAD, just push with a nice clean sweep down. All right, guys, I'm adjusting my stops to break even. So it's going to be a risk-free trade. Now, hopefully I don't get stopped out here. So it is rejecting the 30-minute here, right? So that's what's happening right now with the price. But because the momentum is strong, we could see a push down here. And again, I'm going to close 50% at TP1 and I'm going to let the runners run, right? This may be a clean sweep down, guys, all the way down. So it's going to be very, very nice for whoever took the setup. You know, whoever took the setup, pat yourselves on the back, guys, because this will be a potential clean angle right down. Straight 180 degrees. Again, the reason why it's stalling here is because there's a 30-minute EMA that it just tapped. And, you know, normally it won't just go right through, right? So it's gonna react there. But strong momentum here. We're getting a 4-hour closure here, candle closure. So we could anticipate a strong push before the close. Let's go. And one more strength about this strategy is that even though the fact that we took a 10 pip, 10 pips stop loss and a 10 pip TP, ideally that's pretty small, but because of the strategy and the way we can execute the buy or sell stops here, it allowed us to even have a 10 pip TP and stop loss, right? Very small in nature, in considering spread, but even then, the strategy, outlived the stops in this case, right? And I wouldn't recommend for every pair, so you have to study the pairs. The 2 pairs that I've studied, I've documented in my course. What a small range for that pair would be, what a medium range, what a large range would be in a scalping sense, right? So in that regard, a 10 pips is ideal, but you have to understand how to implement the buy stops and sell stops. That's one of the key integral parts of the strategy as well, right? All right, perfect. Look at that, guys. Straight push down, and we are about to hit TP, guys. So let's see. It's pushing, and again, I'm going to close 50% at TP1, and I'm going to let the runners run. And let runners run, and 50% at TP1. If you guys don't feel comfortable closing 50%, close everything, and that would be the setup here. All right, there you go. Clean sweep, 50% close, and moving down to TP2, guys. Nice. Congrats to everybody that took the setup. And I'm going to label the TP2 target here, guys. TP2. So TP2 will be right here. Look at that, TP1 and TP2. Look at that, guys. At 134.885. Look at that clean push down, guys. And GJ, as anticipated, breaking to the upside to the 4-hour EMA. And look, so now I'm going to adjust my stops, guys, right halfway into profit for the remaining 50%. Right? So now we're, let me just label it for you guys. Again, I explained this in depth in the course, but just for the viewers here, I'm adjusting it, right? So I could adjust it all the way to TP1, but because I want to secure some profit, there's a 4-hour candle closure coming. right? So right 135.50 it is right here. 135.50 right there. And look at that, guys. Nice. Told you guys that if you guys are in this could be a clean angle down, and that's exactly what it's doing, because it's coming right back into this range. It's going to reject and potentially go all the way down there, guys. This is a potential setup for until the end of the stream, potentially. I mean, beyond the stream. So now I'm looking at TP2, and again, take the profits that you guys like, right? Another thing, guys, if you guys are on Instagram, if you guys are on Instagram, if you guys can tag me and TDotForex and maybe show your profits. You don't have to again show everything, but if you guys want to show and share, I'll definitely repost. And again, it's gonna grow the community, right? So whatever can grow the community, I mean, I'm willing to do that. You know, if you guys don't mind as well, right? I am getting some members that are joining the streams, sharing their profits. But again, if you don't feel like it, it's no issue. But if you guys are Instagram at t.forex, you guys can follow and send me your trades, and again, I can share that with the wider community. And let's get more viewers here and make it more exciting. But let's also enjoy the profits here as well, right? It's a nice clean setup. We did get stopped out from from GJ. Man, that was brutal, because it's just picked up on volume 4 days late in London session. But look at USD CAD, guys. This is the range drawn out here. And look over here, guys. This is going all the way down, guys. I'm telling you guys, if you guys held on, this was a clean fight down. Now we do have, in 6 minutes, we have a 4-hour candle, opening, a new 4-hour candle opening. So we can anticipate that the price will react, right? And retrace a bit. But if we can get one more push down, you guys are welcome to, to close the setup and whatnot, right? But if, for me personally, I can hold this trade on to, even further, past this TP2. But taking TP2 is not too bad, right? Especially with a slow week. Look at that move, guys. This is just such an easy call. We had a 10 pip stop loss, and now look, we're almost reaching 2 TPs here with a 10 pip stop loss. It's all due to the strategy, the system. It plays out so perfectly if you incorporate the buy stops and sell stops in the right way and manage the trade accordingly. So even if we stop out now, we're going to stop out in profit, but we're nearly to our TP2 target here and not too far away. Look at that push. Nice. Look at that, guys. This is just poetry in motion here. Look at that. Look at that. And almost, yeah, we just passed 2.5 hours in the stream, but forget the hour spent on the stream. If we can get a nice 2 TP setup here and it completing right in front of our eyes, I mean, what's 2 or 3 hours of work? Nothing, right? But congrats to everybody that took the setup here. Again, we are going to close in profit no matter what. If you have, stopped, or if you have taken all the profits, congrats to you guys. I'm still holding on 50 more percent. Even if I close out, this is risk free. but this trade is a clean sweep down, right? As called, but the strategy cannot be denied, guys. 10 pip stop loss and all the way down, and I'm just enjoying this. Before I hit the bed, I am in the Eastern time zone, so it's around almost 5 a.m. here, right? But always, I enjoy always, with other people taking the setups as well. So if we win, everybody's happy. This is the first trade I took with you. Looked very clean from the beginning. Excellent. So you're a smart one. You avoided the GJ setup, and now you took the USD CAD. And see, that's the benefit of a viewer, right? They can take a look, from that angle. You can see now if GJ wasn't clean for you and you didn't take it, all the best to you, right? And now look, the fact that you took the USD and it looked clean in your eyes, the way you perceive the markets as well, and for sure. Okay, now price is settling back now, so we are going to be closing the 4 hour. Now it could push back, but all stops are in profit, right? Close 50% and letting the rest run. And if it does come back here, still going to be closing in profit no matter what. So that's the angle right now. Let's see how the new 4 hour candle opens for us to see if I want to close right away. If I want to just gain more profit, then it's there already. And that wouldn't be too bad. Now look, with the same strategy, I can also see this setup right here could pull back here before coming right back up again, right? So not too bad. With this strategy, do you think it is safe to risk 1% on prop firm accounts? Exactly. So every setup that I have on the stream here, I'm risking 1%, right? So 1% of your account size, this would be great. So if you were attending all the streams, from the beginning of the month, so I just started in September, so this will be my first full month of streaming. If you started at the beginning, you've been, maybe up 3 to 4%. I mean, we had a few banger of weeks where we got maybe 4%, 5% up. When I initially started, we were up, you could have been up 6, 7%. But every setup is a safe measure for 1% risk. So if you guys want to come here and trade your prop firm accounts, be my guest. But again, there are certain things that are in the strategy, in the course that I think one needs to know. There's a blueprint document in there that tells you how to actively manage your trade. So you can see now how everybody has managed the trade differently, right? And I explained that, how to adjust your stops, how to actively take the buy stops, sell stops. So there's a lot of different things that you need to know. And if you are following me in any other platform, my goal right now, I'm pushing to get at least 100, initially 100 people, 100 members, to get to the 50K payout mark within 6 to 8 months, right? So that's what I'm pushing for. I want to get at least, that many people to that level, because I truly believe that this strategy works. You can watch all the previous streams from the month, right? They're all live streamed. So there's no hidden, kind of a, offline type of, let's say a lack of transparency. Everything's out there, and you can, judge for yourself what you see. But the strategy works. It's been working. We're about over 70 to 75% win rate. For the month, we may be higher. I do have an overall stream record as well, because I used to stream privately for all the course members, but now I open up to YouTube, and so you can take a look at that. I am opening up a members group as well on Discord, but that's only for course members, and I'll offer more insights on there as well. There'll be more support for me on that platform, and we're working on a few things. But I don't have I do have a Discord. I do have a Discord, but I haven't opened it up to everybody yet. But it's only going to be open up to the course members. We're looking at a mid-October launch. I'm just getting everything ready, the website ready as well. But all the course members are automatically going to be into, getting in access into the Discord. And we're building a community. Again, my goal is to build that Discord community up. And I want to get as many people as possible to get to a 50K payout within 6 to 8 months. So I don't care if you're brand new to trading, you practice good psychology, practice good discipline, you're under my guidance, under my mentorship. Eventually, after 6 to 8 months, once you get to that level, I truly believe that you can trade on your own and you don't need anybody's help, right? But it's a rigorous process where I would like, to guide you guys appropriately. Beyond that, for me personally, once I get to that goal, I might just go fully private. No streams, no nothing, just fully private. I know enough people know the strategy and system, and they can, make a name for themselves at that point. So that's my end goal here. I don't think I'll be streaming forever, but I do want the strategy to be known out there because it's so simple. We're using one indicator, just one indicator. That's such a high correlated indicator with the strategy in mind, the range, the structure, price, candles, right? No Fibonacci, no trend lines needed. Okay, great question. Have I tried the strategy in other markets like stocks, crypto, futures? Um, Initially I did, right? But I wouldn't say, less than a month, right? Less than a month. So I can't fully say that if it works in those industries or not. I have tried with gold as well, and US 30. But those pairs are too volatile, right, for the ranges to work. So what I would recommend, not right away, once you truly understand the strategy, is on those type of pairs, trade the large ranges. So on gold, I don't show gold here, and I don't really trade it, but I do track it, and I'll trade the large ranges on gold. So yes, ranges work, but the smaller ranges, you got to be really careful with other things. And I can't say for sure on stocks, crypto, and futures. I only have, a very small window of time trading, crypto especially. But from my knowledge, again, Forex pairs, it works best. And, I've had some course members even approach me about different pairs, even this week, AU, and a few other pairs, and I've analyzed those pairs as well. So that's another advantage of being part of the members group. You can share your other pairs, and I can show you the ranges that I see. You can show me your range that you've drawn out, and I can kind of correct it for you, right? The main thing about this strategy also is that you have to understand which range is effective for the setup, right? So sometimes on the 15-minute time frame, for example, let me see if I can see an example here. Let's go GDA here. I guess the GDA is definitely moving up with the 4-hour push here. But if on the 15-minute I see a range being played out, but on the lower time frame, on the 5-minute, I see the range being played out. But you should be able to recognize once you understand the strategy fully that which range is actually being played out in real time. Sometimes it may be, both working in together, but sometimes it may break out of the 5-minute range and go into the 50-minute range, which is actually the range that the price is moving in, right? And to recognize that, it will take time and experience. But that's where the members group and the guidance, comes in. So that's kind of the extra, head start you have, in saving time, rather than having to come up with your own strategy and system and take a year, 2 years, 3 years. So I'm 4 to 5 years deep now, but it took me, some time to configure this range system, and it's so effective. It's simple, and you don't need so much indicators. Outdated indicators, Fibonacci again can be useful, but you don't need it. I'm almost 75% to 80% profitable without those things, right? So that can't mean that you have to be profitable. You can only be profitable with the Fibonacci, right, or trend line, or you know you don't need that. And again, the big players in this are the big banks. So if they know you're using Fibonacci, of course they're aware of Fibonacci. They're aware of RSI. They're aware of all the different indicators um, that are out there. So of course they don't want to be, you know, if they lose, then we win, right? So they are going to try everything in their power to make sure that the other end does not win, right? So that's why there's liquidity grabs. Some of these indicators may not recognize that. They push away and so forth. So yeah, so you have to be careful in terms of which indicators you're using. Again, with my strategy, only one indicator is needed, and it's a powerful indicator for profit targets and for stops, reversals. If it's in line with the range. Okay, so I'm gonna get stopped out here in profit here. So that would be USD CAD, but it's giving a strong push. Strong, yep. So that's stopped at that's a TP1 setup here. Did not get TP2, but it did come close. So that's that trade, and we're looking at GJ to push up to the 4-hour, but clean setup here, guys. Congrats to everybody that took the setup. But yes, we'll wrap up in a few minutes. We're almost 3 hours into the stream, but I do attend at 2 a.m. Eastern time every day, Monday to Friday. We did get slightly late today, but normally it'll be 2 a.m. Eastern time. That's an hour prior to London opening, and what a clean setup here for the win. And for all we know, GJ, so USD CAD can come right back down, right? But we secured our profits. We secured, how much we needed, and adjusted our stops. So that's the best part about this, right? So as far as trading prop firm challenges, definitely each setup that I show here is a 1% risk, right? But if you want to, there's a lot of members that ask for New York session streams and so forth. So that's something I'll be offering in the members group. So do look out for that. If I don't have a link on, in the YouTube description, you can take a look at, the rangeideology.com and see for yourself the course. Once you do submit, you have access to the course. We are launching the members group mid-October. So I want all the members, that have the course. We're all going to have a, community together on a Discord server and grow the community from there, right? But my goal is, again, to build real traders. This is only for serious traders. If you're not a serious trader, if you don't want to learn the skill, then that won't be for you. But essentially, I understand anybody that's taking the course is serious, and I want to work with you guys. Give you all the guidance and support. And, the goal is to at least, get 50K in payouts in 6 to 8 months from the course period. So once, the course is activated, the member group is activated, that's the push that I want, right? So I want to work with each individual trader, to get to that level. And I truly believe we can, because this system, the strategy is truly repeating itself over and over again, and that's something that the markets, the big banks, the big guys really can't manipulate. And the reason is because the markets will always consolidate, right? And because the markets consolidate majority of the time, so we're looking at maybe 70 to 80% of the time, it's consolidating, right? Ranging. What I've recognized within that consolidation period is that ranges exactly at some points, right? So there's exact ranges. Sometimes there's on and off ranges, like GJ USD CAD. You might have seen this week, very odd, ranging going on, and for that reason, we've been stopped out even earlier today. But ideally, we were looking at exact ranges, exact touches on both ends, and those are the ranges that we want to trade, right? And not all ranges are exact. The exact ranges are the ones that we're going to capitalize on, and those happen within, instances throughout the week. And so that's kind of the hack, if you want to call it, that the markets have to repeat, and that's what we're capitalizing on. So you can see all the GJ setups throughout the week. Most of them, were sluggish during the London session, so we couldn't even get on Monday and Wednesday. We had no setup during the streams for the London session, but throughout New York, that's where we got movement. So you can see now on the smaller end, we had, ranges, and you can see on the larger end, it was still ranging as well. Exact touches, and see this anticipation right here was not exact, and that's where it broke out. But this is just a lack of volume until late in the week for GJ. So that's why I did that. But other than that, you can see the moves captured on the smaller time frames here. And some of these moves were even captured on the live stream, right? I could keep going back here. There's so many that were caught here on the live streams. Look at all these. You can even go back on the streams and check some of these setups, and they're all caught here, guys. Look at this. All ranging, all caught here, and on and on and on, right? So this should tell you how effective the strategy is and how many setups you can get within a given week. And even this call now of GJ going all the way up to tap the EMA can be consistent here as well, right? All right, but guys, that will be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream, and hopefully you guys revisit again. And we'll call off the stream now. And good luck as always. Safe trading, and I'll see you guys back tomorrow for a Friday live stream to end off the week. Take care and goodbye.